3 minutes, the life of Chuck. Let's go. The easy mistake to make when watching this film is the same one as is Act 1 Residence, which is to wonder, who is Chuck, the Oz of the Apocalypse, as he is at one point called? But however you look at it, Chuck is secondary. It is life which is most important. Welcome back to RVW Movies, home of the 3-minute movie media. I'm Reece T, and in case you hadn't heard or realised, I am in Toronto, taking time out of my busy schedule at Blue Jays games and brand new cinemas to bring you the first ever international RVW, so please continue to like, share, comment and follow. Act 1 in this film is actually Act 3, which makes it all the more strange that Tom Hiddleston's Chuck is barely in it. This non-linear approach plays in conjunction with narrative callbacks and echoes, flourishes which establish this as being from one of the world's greatest, or at least most popular novelists, Stephen King. It's tailor-made for the big screen, but that doesn't make it a writer's movie or a filmmaker's film, because if it is at all about art, then it is in that way that art is the purest and most undeniable expression of living, because living is what this movie is all about. That's especially clear in Act 2. In being able to actually see flashbacks and experience a lifetime within a runtime, we hold an advantage over those on screen. But just as Chuck or any other person would, we come to remember things in this life and recognise their significance. Peculiarities become familiarities, and vice versa. The events of Act 2 becoming instantly nostalgic, even though they're not happening to us. Then, of course, like any rose-tinted good old days, it all ends much sooner than we would like. That brings us to the final act, where every revelation comes together. By now, we know what's happening to Chuck, partially from watching along and partially because of Nick Offerman's narration. Obviously, I won't spoil things and reveal exactly what that is, but all the while we are encountering increasingly intangible concepts about time and memory and consciousness. Initially, these concepts are introduced to us through Interstellar-esque layman's demonstrations, but eventually we soon slip into understanding them without the need for explanation. The life of Chuck and everything in it is recognisable, accessible and warm. So much so that even the tragedies depicted are not enough to qualify this as a true expose of life in all of its frailties. Again though, this is about living. Being that it came from the same hand which wrote Carrie and The Shining, eventually there is a supernatural subplot, but that same mind also brought Stand By Me and The Shawshank Redemption into being. Those are stories of immense hope and personal growth, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see this film earn its place in future conversations alongside those beloved titles. I'm probably biased because this film won an award in one of the world's most prestigious film festivals, which is where I watched it, in a city and a country that I have long romanticised and would probably give anything to live permanently in. I'm also further biased because it contains the type of feeling that I always look for in a film, but regardless, in my opinion, when it comes to life as well as Chuck, from beginning here to ending here, this film contains multitudes, and this film contains everything.